human self presents to me many challenges that burden me. My heart center shines and calls to me. This is who I choose to be. Sometimes lessons.
Welcome to the Vibrational Alchemy Podcast. This is Penny Fisher, and we are so glad you are joining us for this week's episode. Hello, beautiful souls. I am, as always, so incredibly grateful to be here with you. I don't know if you know, but the work that I do to get ready for these episodes, I do a fair bit of sitting with my guides and channeling information and then going off and verifying it by, doing some research and looking things up. And I'm sharing that with you because of the depth of my gratitude to each of you for showing up, because it just brings me into this place of just deepened connection. And so thank you for all of you who are part of this beautiful family. So before we jump in, this is a super special episode, not by plan, but by accident. I had the whole episode ready to go, notes all drafted out, some beautiful quotes, everything all set and ready. And I was going to record earlier today, and we had some noise and things in the neighborhood here, and I couldn't do it. So as I was waiting to start the recording process, I was scrolling. I was guided, actually very much guided, to scroll through some old channeled messages that I had received years ago. They had come through via automatic writing, and I hadn't looked at or thought about these in a long time, probably 9 months or so. As I'm looking through these, there is an episode, a message, a channeled message from May of 2020 about twin flames. I almost fell off the chair. So I want to share that with you. I think it's going to be best located at the end of the episode. So stay with me. But that beautiful message is from Lord Sananda and Lady Nada, who are considered twin flames. They are the ascended aspects of Jesus, or Yeshua, and Mary Magdalene. All right. All right. So I want to start this conversation about twin flames, and it's going to lead us to a potentially new way of thinking about this idea of twin flames. So as I was doing some reading around this, I came across several sites that said that twin flames had recently become popular, or maybe had recently come into popular consciousness. I don't remember the exact wording, but essentially it was this idea that this concept of twin flames was relatively new. And this could not be further from the truth. The concept of twin flames has been around for eons. It goes back as far as Hindu mythology, right? Where we talk about the balance between masculine and feminine through the relationships with many of the gods and goddesses like Shiva and Parvati. We can find it in Jungian psychological theory, right? With the anima and the animus. We can find several examples in Egyptian mythology, right? We have Osiris and Isis. We have Horus and Hathor. We have Ra and Hathor, right? And in the Egyptian mythology, we're talking a lot about the balancing of light and dark, the balancing of birth and death, the balancing of creation and destruction. And in the Christian framework, we talk a lot about the union of Yeshua or Jesus and Mary Magdalene, right? So let's talk for a quick minute about where twin flames come from. How does a twin flame come into being? And a beautiful site that I love called the Summit Lighthouse. So I think it's tsl.org if you want to check it out. Talks about twin flames coming into being from the white light of creation. And they say it so beautifully. I'm not going to try to replicate it. Let me read it to you. From the light in which you are created in the central sun, the highest concentration of pure spirit in the universe, Source makes out of it two spheres of light. Descending from these spheres into matter, then, comes forth the souls that are the counterpart of the spirit spheres. They are called twin flames because they came out of the original single ovoid. The electronic presence of each soul is the exact duplicate of the other. And when they descend into form, one assumes the positive or masculine, and one assumes the negative or feminine polarity. And I just want to be clear here that by positive and negative, they're not talking about a value judgment. They're talking about the electrical charge, right? So think about the two ends of a battery, right? One is charged positively, one is charged negatively, okay? So twin flames are actually two sides of the same coin. And that coin is your divine blueprint of perfection. It is your true nature, your true identity as a being of pure, unconditional love and light. Twin flames, then, mean that there's a being out there in the world somewhere who is your exact match, who is you, who knows you as well and maybe better than you know yourself. Twin flames are different from soulmates. They're different from our soul families, right? I very often will come on and call you my soul family because we're connected in a deep way. We made an agreement to come in and do this work together. But twin flames are different because they are literally us. They are the division of this single being, right? So think about how uh, identical twins are formed in a mother's womb. Okay. I found a beautiful explanation of this. Rachel Katz has a blog post called The Fulfilled Life. And again, it's so beautiful. I won't try to paraphrase it. Let me just quote her here. She says this: a twin flame is something totally different from a soulmate. We have only one twin flame, and they are literally the other half of our soul. Unlike a perfect match, they are our perfect mirror. They mirror back to us all of the qualities that we are missing. I'm going to pause the quote here a minute. I'm going to invite you to think not about what we're missing, but about what we've forgotten, because it's part of our nature, so it's there. Okay. So they mirror back to us all of the qualities that we have forgotten. That's my word. Rachel continues, they reflect everything back to us, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. They awaken us in ways no one else ever could, and they teach us what it means to truly, unconditionally love someone. You can't hide anything from your twin flame because they are you. They know everything about you and connect with you on such a deep level that they feel your presence, your energy, and your emotions, even when you aren't physically together. But the twin flame journey is by no means easy. It feels like an intense roller coaster ride that never truly ends. At times, it can even be maddening, unbearable, but it is also incredibly beautiful. This journey not only teaches you how to truly love someone unconditionally, but it teaches you how to unconditionally love yourself and the world around you. That's it in a nutshell, right? So you can see how connecting with your twin flame actually, by definition, leaves you open and completely vulnerable, right? We've got nowhere to hide. We're talking about somebody who knows every bit of us because they are us. And that can be really, really unnerving, especially because when we enter into this relationship with this external twin flame, we are already entering into it carrying trauma. And that's the trauma of having been separated, right? This trauma of having been left or abandoned. It is an echo of the same grief that we carry about being separated from source, right? And that's what's so much a part of our human journey, is to remember our way back to oneness, remember our way back to wholeness, to really know and own at a cellular level that we are one with God, source, creator, all that is. And the gift of the twin flame is that it really invites us to go deep into those wounds of separation, of abandonment, of aloneness, and to allow healing or remembering that will allow us to be whole and complete, and will allow that vibration of grief and fear to come back into alignment with the vibration of unconditional love. I found another beautiful quote by Dr. Amanda Noel, and she puts it this way: to reunite with your polar mirror, it takes great commitment. It requires self-healing, self-realization, and self-empowerment. It causes us to ask, where am I giving up my power? What are my deepest wounds from this twin flame separation trauma? And where am I leaking energy so that I am not able to call in my twin flame? In order for one to call in their twin flame, they must align and balance their divine feminine and divine masculine to unleash their youthful and procreative magic. You get it? In order to clear the energetic pathway that will lead us to our twin flame, we first have to find that balance between divine masculine and divine feminine within ourselves. Now, I want to be really clear. I am not talking about gender or sexual identity here. I am talking about an energetic reality that we all hold within us. And so much of our human journey is about coming back into balance, about finding equilibrium, so that both of these aspects of ourselves can assist us in bringing heaven to earth, right? Because this interplay, this balance between divine masculine and feminine, my darlings, this is our true nature. I'm not going to go too deeply into divine masculine and divine feminine here. There's a whole episode on that, episode 11, I think. So you can check that one out. In a nutshell, the recap is that the essence of the divine feminine is this creative, gestational, non-linear, curious, wondering energy, right? She's gathering everything that she needs to get ready to give birth. That's the energetic. Sometimes she'll just crave time and space to just be left alone, to just rest. And then the divine masculine, on the other hand, is all about stepping into action. This is more linear energy. This is doing what needs to be done. This is taking the steps to bring the vision of the divine feminine into being, to birth whatever it is that is waiting to be created. When these two energies are balanced, the divine masculine trusts the divine feminine and creates space, protects her, gives her space to just be, to do what she needs to do. And the divine feminine trusts the divine masculine so that when he says, okay, it's time to go, we've got to sign that contract, make that phone call, create that content, she trusts him and she will partner with him in moving into action, right? With practice, with time, as we move deeper and deeper into a state of familiarity with these two aspects, these two seemingly opposing forces within ourselves, we become more and more adept. We become better and better at knowing when we're out of balance, knowing when maybe we're too much in go mode and we're not giving ourselves the time we need to just marinate, or when we're spending too much time marinating and we need to listen to that inner voice that says, it's time to go. And that's what we're looking for. All right, so given all of this, I would like to propose a new paradigm about twin flames. What if, my darlings, finding your twin flame has absolutely nothing to do with finding someone external to you? What if finding your twin flame was about the process of coming into balance within yourself? What if we stopped looking outside ourselves for this deep relationship that we crave, and instead we give ourselves permission to do this gigantic U-turn right back into ourselves? What if all we are searching for is actually already inside us, and we don't need anyone or anything external to us to make us whole and complete? And listen, I get it. I do. I get the very human ache that wants to find that perfect companion, the one who completes me, the one who gets me, the one who will mirror back to me the source of love, the unconditional love that I got separated from when source sent itself through the prism of creation, right? And it's my opinion that this is why we are seeking this twin flame. We're seeking this twin flame because this is the place where we can experience the love of source without it. It's a stepping stone to getting back to remembering that we are source, we are oneness, right? It is a way of externalizing the trauma of separation by saying, if I have something outside of me, I'll be okay. But when we do that, I don't think we really own that we have bought into this concept of duality, right? I have to know dark to understand light. I have to know fear to understand love. I have to know judgment to understand compassion. And listen, it's a great teaching tool, right? It is a part of our human experience that leads us again back into ourselves. But it causes so much pain. What if the way out of that pain is by going in. What if the connection that we crave so deeply is actually a deeper, more profound, unconditionally loving relationship with ourselves? What if the relationship that we're craving is the one that brings balance and equilibrium to our divine masculine and divine feminine so that they can actually merge and we no longer need that concept of duality? Or even if they haven't merged, the swings into being out of balance are so small and we recover from them so quickly that it's almost as if they didn't happen. What if the thing that will heal all of the trauma is when we release? It's the release of old wounds, old identities, old habits, old thought patterns that have kept us not only separate from source through duality, but also from ourselves. Could it be, my darlings, that the twin flame that we are yearning for is actually within us? And that is how we take back our power, my darlings. Every time we externalize our self-worth, every time we believe we need somebody or something outside of us to be whole and complete, every time we think we need someone else to mirror back to us that we are enough, right? Whether it's a romantic relationship, a parent, a boss, right? Somebody to mirror back to us that we are good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, worthy enough. I don't know, you fill in the blank, whatever your woundedness is. And each one of us, for each one of us, it's unique. When we do that, we give our power away. But when we come into balance, when we come into that deep and profound relationship with ourselves, then there is no one and nothing that can cause us to lose our balance for more than that split second in time before we realize that we have fallen out of balance and we reconnect with the truth of who we are. Right? Well, what did Rachel Katz say? She said, our twin flames are literally the other half of our souls. They are our perfect mirror, our perfect match. They reflect everything back to us. You can't hide anything from your twin flame. And that's all got to be within you. So how do we do this? This is big work to come back into alignment this way. For me, it's always about connecting more deeply with unconditional love for myself. And one of the most powerful ways I know how to do this is to step into the flow of the cosmic matrix, this flow of rainbow light of unconditional love that leads me right to the cosmic heart, the heart of Divine Mother. So in a minute, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and connect with your breath. But as always, if you are driving, walking, doing anything that requires your undivided attention, I'm going to ask you either to pause the recording or simply let it wash over you. Don't really connect with it and return to this guided meditation at a later time so that you stay safe. Okay? All right. So breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Deepening your inhale, lengthening your exhale. And with each breath, allow yourself to drop into your sacred heart chamber. This is a unique and beautiful space. If you have not been here before, just notice what it looks like, what it feels like, and just rest here for a moment. And when you feel ready, you will notice a beautiful portal of spinning light, beautiful diamond light. Allow it to open, step through it, and as you do, you find yourself in the flow of the cosmic matrix. See, sense, feel, or imagine that you are riding a gently pulsing river of rainbow light that holds a vibration of love that is beyond words. Just rest here and let yourself be infused with the light of the cosmic matrix as you float easily and gently up through our solar system, past the sun and the planets, out into the beautiful blackness of space, passing stars, nebulas, galaxies, systems known and unknown, until you find yourself resting in the cosmic heart, the source and center, the unconditional love of the cosmic Christ consciousness and Divine Mother. And as you rest here, you see and feel nothing but golden light flowing and dancing in waves. As you rest and breathe, allow this light to enter you. Allow it to flow in through the pores in your skin. Allow it to enter on your breath, to flow in through the crown of your head and the soles of your feet. Drink it in. Allow it to light you up until you become unaware of the boundaries between you and the light. For you are the light. Rest here for a moment and just be. And when you feel ready, gently bring your attention to your physical heart space. Notice the gentle pulsing, the heartbeat. And as you notice this heartbeat, you also notice that there is a pulsating rhythm happening all around you. This is the beating of the cosmic heart. As you breathe, your heartbeat and the heartbeat of the cosmic heart come into alignment. You are one. And the cosmic heart now infuses you with additional energies of unconditional love. And through this love, it brings balance to the divine masculine and divine feminine within you. Don't overthink this, just allow it to happen. And as you rest here, Lady Nada and Lord Sananda wish to share this beautiful energetic message with you. Just let the words flow over through you and into you. We would speak with you about twin flames. In the beginning was no thing and everything. How can this be, you might ask? Within true emptiness lies the full potential the infinite and unlimited potential for all. There are no constraints, no boundaries, and no rules created by separateness from the void. There is simply isness. And because of this potentiality, that which exists in the void is all, for all is possible. Within this space exists the hologram, the record of all that has become, that is becoming, that will become, and that may become. It is here that oneness overcomes duality. And yet, since oneness is all that was and is and will be, duality does not exist here. For duality is a construct, a teaching device to be used to light the path back to the memory of oneness. As you enter into this primordial spaciousness beneath all phenomena and truly experience the isness of no thing and everything, you will look back in wonder as to how the perception of duality ever entered your consciousness. Journey to this space often, for it is here that you will be supported in remembering your true nature, which is one with all that is. The illusion of duality allows for the deep knowing of truth as it is juxtaposed with its counterpoint. And so it is with the concept of the twin flame. We seek communion with the other who will complete us, with whom it feels as if we have arrived home. We crave the rest and peace that comes from connecting with that which knows us fully as we shed the need to strive, to explain, to belong. But let us consider the word twin. Does this not imply a physiological connection that out of one has come two? Even for human twins that are what you call fraternal, from one insemination, gestation, and birth experience comes two. So the yearning here then is for a return to oneness, to connect with that aspect of self from which one was separated. Is it not interesting that we project onto this other the completion of ourselves? Do you see it now, beloveds? This projection is but another aspect of the illusion of duality. For what you truly seek is the reconnection of your soul self with oneness, to merge back into all that is. And so your twin flame truly lies within you. It is the re-emergence of your connectedness with your true essence, the true nature of your divine Christed self that you crave. For all that you need is within you, and therefore nothing external to you is needed for completion. Do you see it? Can you feel it? This is a deep truth that has lain dormant and is now growing toward the surface of your knowing. So sense it, feel it, nurture it, and allow the radiance of your heart light to rain down upon it. For we too are considered twin flames by many. But we say to you now that this is an illusion created by the constructs of language and naming that have come from humanity. For as the divine feminine and the divine masculine principles have been cast as separate and in opposition to one another over centuries of oppression and misinformation, duality in understanding has been mirrored by duality in language. The time is here for a return to balance. This is happening, beloveds, and we hold each of you in our hearts, of sacred gratitude for anchoring this knowing, this truth, into the earth consciousness at this time. Know that this process will continue to unfold as a beautiful dance of intertwining illuminations, the return of the power and beauty of the divine feminine, the reawakening of the true nature of the divine masculine, and ultimately the reintegration back into oneness. As time is not linear, neither are these processes. Rest assured that you are experiencing this unfolding in layers of lifetimes and in locations far beyond this one, all concurrently. As bringers of light, know that you return harmony and balance and clear the path for a return to love. We speak these truths to you from the space of intertwined oneness. Can you perhaps begin to experience us as dual aspects of a single consciousness, merging now into all that is? For thus we have always been, and it is to this that your consciousness and understanding now return. Know that we hold you in our loving embrace with deep gratitude for your becoming. We are Lady Nada and Lord Sananda, and it is so. And when you are ready, my beloveds, let yourself flow back down the river of light and love of the cosmic matrix, back down through galaxies and star systems, through our own beautiful solar system, and find yourself resting in your sacred heart chamber. Notice any changes in the space. Open your heart in gratitude for this beautiful infusion of love and light. And when you are ready, begin to feel the air on your skin, the weight of your body on the chair or the couch, the bed or the floor. Bring some gentle movement back to the body by wiggling fingers and toes, and feel yourself fully present in the space again. Lady Nada and Lord Sananda are asking me to invite you to visit the cosmic heart space often. For as you do, you will begin now to experience a sense of integration, of balance, of oneness, of deep connection with the twin flame within you. You will come to a place of deep and profound remembering of who you truly are. A divine being filled with love and light. And that, my darlings, is how I wish for each of you to see yourselves, because it's who you are, who you've always been. And I wish for you that you could remember, that you will remember that truth. I am so grateful to each of you for joining me on this amazing journey. I am Penny Starhart. This has been the Vibrational Alchemy Podcast. Until we are together again, remember always that you are loved and you are love.
This is who